Yo, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. For the record, this is number 15 of this year. I'm your co-host, Jake Subject.
I'm your co-host, Ethan Busso.
Bowling season, Ethan. You ready?
Yeah, it should be a good one.
I think it's going to be pretty cool. I think it's going to be a fun bowling season. This podcast probably only going to talk about college football. Huge weekend of college football just happened. Walk us through championship weekend.
Well, I think everybody who we expected to win won. But, a lot riding on this weekend. First off, LSU, dominant, handled Georgia 37-10.
I expected it kind of, so if Jake Fromm didn't play well, so I knew the game was going to be over after the first drive. I knew it was over.
LSU, that's almost something I expected, though. I expected LSU fully expected LSU to win the game, but not shut down Georgia's offense the way they did. Just Georgia looked horrible on Saturday.
Yeah, 100%. And I think actually the biggest surprise of the whole weekend was how Wisconsin was beating Ohio State going into halftime.
Yeah, and by 14.
Yeah.
Too. Wisconsin, but that's the way I expected Wisconsin to play. At the start, I remember at the start of the season how Wisconsin was playing.
Yeah.
That's the Wisconsin team that we saw at the beginning of the season. Team that played.
I think it shows to
welcome
Ohio
back,
State
guys,
how
for
they're
the
losing. They're
record.
down
It's the
14.
sixth edition of
They go
this
into
year.
half.
I'm your co-host, Jake Subject.
I'm
the other co-host, Ethan Busso.
And Ethan both sides of the ball, and they come out.
Not a lot happened, honestly, this
went
weekend.
They went on a 34-7 run.
Yeah.
The thing about Ohio
Nebraska
State,
game
things start to go right for Ohio State.
It was absolutely terrible.
They don't stop going right.
Didn't we literally talk about this last podcast?
Clemson
And I was almost correct on the prediction.
You
Pretty
cannot.
close.
Ohio
I think
State gets
we
off
knew that
good
they weren't
early.
going to win the game.
It's over. You
but
have to be able to
I
continue
just
for as long as you possibly
expected at
can
least a
because
competition.
there's
The
only
final
a
score was
matter of time.
48-7.
Is
Does
gonna be
this mean that
J.K.
Ohio State
Dobbins,
is really that
again,
dominant,
172
or do you think it
yards
means
rushing.
Nebraska is really just not
He's
that
ridiculous.
good?
I think it's a little bit
Justin
of both.
Fields,
I think it's
300 yards passing
that
for
it's going
3
to take longer than we
touchdowns,
expected
no
for this
interceptions.
Nebraska team to turn around.
Justin Fields still only
But
has one
I
interception on
think
the
we
year.
need to start talking about Ohio State is the best team in the country.
We watch
them and
what we're doing
Alabama
with Joe
1 and
Burrow.
2.
Joe
And I
Burrow,
remember
obviously,
vaguely, I
he's
said
not
on the
gonna
very
win.
first
I
podcast
don't
that
think
Ohio State
Fields
would be competing
is
for the
as
national
far back
championship
from-
this year.
I don't
Anytime
see a
to
team
be
beating them this year.
college
They play
football.
Wisconsin and
He's a
Michigan.
first-year
but
starter,
I
man.
believe
He's
both
doing
teams are
this
at home.
well. Now, what if I told you I'm gonna make a
ridiculous.
bold prediction
Georgia
right now?
missed out.
Michigan will beat
Georgia would
Ohio
be
State this year. so good right now.
If I tell you this
I
bold
think we
prediction
can
because
assume that they
Michigan
can
is sitting
beat
here.
it.
Jim
arguably
Harbaugh
they're in the
still
conversation.
hasn't beaten Ohio
But
State.
regular season undefeated.
What if he makes it? And
very well
Michigan's
see
not
that,
having a
you know,
great
being
season.
the
What
thing,
if they
being
win
Georgia
this
with
year?
I mean,
Justin
Michigan
Fields
can still turn things
being a
around. They've
top
got to,
two
but
team
they,
in the
that would
country,
require them to win out.
undefeated.
I mean, they need to beat.
Just
They need to beat Ohio State.
possibly
They've got
even
Ohio
right
State
now.
at home.
Yeah.
But
And then,
I
so
mean,
the Big
you
12
already lost
championship
Wisconsin,
game, that was
but at
actually really
least, you know, it
close.
was Wisconsin.
Which it was actually
yeah,
a really
you got
good
that
game to
excuse
watch.
that our one loss is
But,
Wisconsin right now.
Baylor
That
still
require wins
they
against
still
Iowa,
lost.
Penn
Again.
State,
Yeah,
Notre
I mean,
Dame, Michigan
now,
State.
winner of that
and
winner
Ohio
of that
State.
What
game
will
is gonna go
happen
to the
if
playoff
Michigan
after
beats
what happened
Ohio
on Friday
State?
with the Utah
Ohio
loss
State
to
will still
Georgia.
probably be in the Big Ten championship.
The
most
fact that
likely.
if you would have told me at the beginning that Baylor
I'm
was
you're talking about if
an
Michigan
overtime
wins out.
away,
Yeah,
after
so
going to the college football playoff,
what would happen was, what
Yeah,
if
seriously, Baylor
Ohio
was gonna have
State
a
beats
shot
Wisconsin?
at the college football playoff?
Michigan
Legitimate
beats
shot.
Ohio
They would-
State.
They were in. They
Now
were
we have
tied at
chaos.
the end of
I think
regulation.
Michigan's in the playoff.
Yeah,
because
it's crazy
one
how
loss is just-
Notre Dame's gonna beat Michigan.
Close
that.
Well,
that-
you're saying
that
if they
number
were
4
win out.
seed.
if
I'm talking about
win
Big
out.
Ten.
Honestly,
Big Ten.
win
Actually,
well.
if Wisconsin would have beaten
Then I think you're out.
Ohio
Big
State,
Ten
I would have
teams
put
make
in
the playoff
Wisconsin and
if
Ohio
that
State.
happens.
That would be.
Oklahoma.
I think as a
I
fan
would
of the Big
want to,
Ten in
but I don't
general,
think
you
you
need
can-
you
I
want
100%
Ohio
believe
State to
that.
win.
Oh yeah, no, you definitely do.
Because
But
we
I
haven't
don't
had a
think you
Big
can
Ten
do that. Like, I don't think you
or a
can
Big
hop
Ten
on
team
one
represent in the
Oklahoma.
playoffs.
Personally, I
Since
don't think
Michigan
you should.
State.
Exactly.
But I think
And that
we
was
all
they got.
bet.
And
I seriously, I think
So,
I think you
you
should
need
if
Ohio State to win out, which I think
if
is
a
likely
Wisconsin, a
because this is
2-loss
very good
Wisconsin
Ohio
team
State
with
Yeah,
wins
especially
over
on the
multiple
defense.
ranked
God.
opponents.
Yeah, they are. No,
Compared
Justin
to
Fields
Oklahoma doesn't have
still playing
really any
flawless.
wins over
Besides
opponents.
their
Chase
besides
Young
the two
is
Baylor, I don't
an
think
absolute
there's
animal.
a
Remember we
ranked
talked
team
about
right
that.
now
Okay,
right
Okie
now
State.
is
He's a
the
scary
OKC
looking
team.
dude.
Arguably the best defensive
State's
player
ranked
Yeah, so
anymore.
25.
college
So
football.
Yeah, there you
now.
go. Oh, yeah.
So the
But
25 team.
I just
they've
think
beaten Baylor
that showed a
twice.
lot about Ohio
That's it.
State and
So that's
Nebraska
it.
both.
I mean,
is
they
that
played
just Nebraska's
teams
just not
well, they
ready
were
yet
ranked, but
to compete with the teams like that.
right now, I mean,
I think again
okay,
it's
so
got to do with
obviously
the talent
three
level, though. I think
ranked
they
opponent
don't
wins
have
and two
it
top 10
right now.
wins, being Baylor twice.
I see. I think it's going to come in the future, but for right
still,
now,
I
they've
mean,
just
Oklahoma's
gotta
offense.
worry about these next 4 games.
The only reason I like the Oklahoma's in the playoff.
All right, yeah. So another ranked game that happened over the
it's just
weekend
two
was
high-powered
Notre Dame
offenses
versus
going at it.
Virginia.
Rather
Notre
than
Dame
if it was
pulled out
Clemson
by
or Ohio State, I'd
15
just assume.
to win the game. You know,
Well, I
I don't
think
as a Notre Dame fan, I was watching that game. Every time Jalen Hurts goes
Notre
Dame went trailing any sort of defense. First time they've been trailing this year so far because they were beating Georgia at halftime. So that was a little worrisome, but their defense had like 8 sacks, which was like a record for how many sacks in a game for Notre Dame.
yards.
So that was really good for them.
And Jalen Hurts only threw for 287.
Their offense looked really slow, so that was.
I'm telling. CeeDee Lamb carried them.
I don't know. I mean, Virginia
last year.
They looked good.
CeeDee Lamb was the only reason they came back in that Alabama game.
They did.
And this year, CeeDee Lamb will be the only reason they stand a chance against LSU.
This year.
Definitely think Virginia should win out on their schedule.
It'll make Notre Dame look good. It's a good win for Notre Dame.
It's still. I mean, any ranked opponent still a good win. So
yeah, and all of last year.
Really, besides that,
him and Marquise. At least last year, he had Marquise Brown. This year,
very shaky against North Carolina.
They should have lost that game.
So
I mean, that was
really besides that.
Last play
I don't even really need to talk about the Clemson game. That was such a blowout.
This slump that
beat Virginia
they're trying to go through is on Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence. I don't know why he's going through such a bad sophomore slump.
I mean, he's got 5 interceptions, and some of them you're looking at him and you're like, where is he trying to?
They had to make that statement going into the playoff.
But he needs to step up his game if they want to.
Yeah, T. Lawrence.
Yeah, he has one of the best receiving cores in the country, and
he only missed like
not
5
playing
passes.
Well at all.
So you gotta,
and I don't really understand that. Yeah,
all right, so
that's why
we're gonna tell you
Clemson
guys
moves down.
that the top 4 teams right now.
Ohio State
for the playoff
into the
rankings
top
are going to
4
be LSU number 1, Ohio State number 2, Clemson number 3, Oklahoma's number 4.
I seriously,
and the first
I don't know
team
what's going to happen. I think Clemson will drop a game soon.
I don't think Georgia.
I think Clemson will lose a game pretty soon.
And
I think if you're Clemson, you cannot afford.
I mean, honestly, like if you want to put a 2-loss team in there,
I think if they lose any game, they're out of the playoff.
Baylor.
100%.
I think honestly,
ACC is such a weak.
None
of their
lost their conference game, but they only.
Do they even have a ranked opponent?
Actually, I take that back.
Wake Forest just got ranked.
I think it should be
the first time. I don't see them.
There's just such a gap between.
That's 6 weeks away.
Yeah. The rest of this.
Yeah, so and besides that, Washington beat USC. That's a big Pac-12 win for Washington right there.
From 5 to 15, all those teams are basically on the same level.
Washington and Utah are the 2 teams in the Pac-12, but neither of them are making the playoffs now. So Pac-12 is
from
eliminated
15
from the
to
playoffs
5. You got Notre Dame, Michigan,
Maybe
Alabama,
Oregon. Do you think
Auburn,
Oregon still has a
Utah,
chance?
Penn State, Florida, Wisconsin, Baylor,
they went out,
and Georgia.
And
all those
Auburn
teams
to play well.
are all very mediocre.
Yeah,
Auburn
again has a big game this weekend.
Beat the other,
but I don't know. I don't see a Pac-12 team being in the playoff.
Yeah,
Utah
maybe
dominated
Alabama.
Washington State.
Just because of Alabama can play the way we know that they can.
Only because
Mike
they have
Leach. Did you see Mike Leach's press conference afterwards?
Even without,
he was basically talking about how his players they're soft now, they're pampered, and he's very upset.
All right, so what I got.
I expect to see Washington State.
I
win
think
the next
that
games. Mike Leach was upset.
I think Clemson is going to
this weekend though. We got a couple good games.
To Ohio State.
Who are you taking?
I think this is going to be
Auburn, Florida.
One of the best games we've ever seen.
I gotta say, I'm gonna take Auburn.
I think it's the most
I hate both
exciting
teams
matchup, personally.
I think both teams are very overrated.
I'm probably in this,
but
decade,
I'm going to take Auburn
because
their defense is pretty good actually.
Ever been for a matchup.
And Bo Nixon is improving every week.
We can't count out Clemson. I mean, really,
without Joe Burrow,
they won the title.
I don't think they can do much.
You can't count out the reigning champs.
I 100% agree
at all. And this Ohio State team is one of the best teams I've seen in a while.
Hasn't showed me much.
Just sheerly
almost losing to Miami in the game
not a single one possession game all year.
Week 0 technically.
Just dominance.
I just don't think.
I 100% agree with you. I think it's going to be such a.
I'm going to have to take.
At the same time, though, Clemson's
sorry, Michigan. I want Michigan to win as a Notre Dame fan, but I don't think they will.
But I think Ohio State will take that win, and I think then Ohio State will go on to beat LSU.
They're favored by 4.5.
Which again, that will be a great.
I think it's just a huge win that can put Michigan back on track if they win this game.
Oh, they definitely need it. And as a Notre Dame fan, I want them to win. I just honestly, I
phenomenal game.
Iowa's rolling right now. They're 4-0.
And then I think Ohio State
Michigan
handling LSU.
Yo, they beat Rutgers. Nice.
Yeah.
Another big bowl game.
They need a win to turn them around.
They really do.
I think they're going to get it this weekend.
The SMU Florida Atlantic Bowl.
Ohio State,
Michigan State.
Oh,
I think that'll be a really good.
That's such a good game, honestly.
I mean, just because
I take SMU.
Michigan State,
SMU's actually kind of solid. I mean, Lane Kiffin actually just accepted a new coaching job at Oregon.
No, their defense is like overall ranked number 1 in the country right now.
Not
Ohio State's offense, though.
I know. I think if Ohio State blows them out, I think is
he coaching the game?
Jumping Ohio State up to number 2.
I think he is going to be coaching the game
because this team
it's still going to be a little bit harder to play.
Yeah,
that same
Texas, West Virginia.
I mean, with no,
I think Texas is in trouble here they're in danger.
major.
I think another
upset
huge,
right now because
the Las Vegas Bowl,
they got to
Boise
go
State
to
versus
West Virginia.
Washington. That'll be really
I think
good.
it's going to be a good one, but
Boise State will win that one.
You think? I don't know, man.
West Virginia's going to
Boise State, they've been a
some of
top
their best.
team.
Yeah, they're going to have to
football if
play
they
on
want
another
to
level
10
if they want to
20
compete with
team. I
Texas.
think
Because
Boise
Texas,
State.
they're still, they
The
might have a
Hawaii
loss.
BYU game.
I think they're still rolling.
Yeah,
I take
it was
Hawaii in that one.
The loss was
BYU's
LSU.
offense
And it was a
does not
close
put enough
game.
points on the board.
And I think I personally believe that Texas will go on to win the Big 12.
Actually,
I
a
think they'll
solid
beat
bowl game that
Oklahoma.
we would have never looked at.
I don't know.
The New Era
I don't know. I think
Pinstripe
Jalen
Bowl.
Hurts is-
Michigan State versus Wake
I don't
Forest.
see with
I
Jalen Hurts
honestly would take-
under center. I don't see them losing a game.
You don't even know.
Same thing with
Michigan
Kyler
State
Murray
just-
and Sam Ellinger walked in and they beat Kyler
Every year
Murray.
They start off ranked.
Yeah.
They've ended the season. They've
Well, we've
started
also
the season
got
ranked and ended
Cal
the
versus
season unranked, I
Oregon
think,
this
3
weekend. What do you think on
consecutive
that?
I
You know
could
what?
see
Oregon,
Wake Forest winning.
Cal.
I just
Still a
Michigan
solid
State's
team. I think it'll be a good
Michigan
game,
State's
but I still
offense
think
does not put
Cal
enough
will
points
pull
on the
out in
board.
front.
I mean, they put 19 points against Maryland.
I don't know. I'm taking
Maryland
Oregon
by 3
to win
points.
it.
I mean, to be
I
fair,
think
D'Antoni
Oregon's
doesn't.
still a good team.
D'Antoni's
I
not a
mean,
coach offense.
They're one
man.
loss
Can
to
he put a
Auburn.
defense
And Auburn
together?
looks
Can,
good.
but I'd take
If
Wake
Auburn
Forest, though. I really think Wake
Wins
Forest
this weekend, will make Oregon look even better.
I'm not
But,
saying handle. I think it'll be a good
I don't
one.
know. I don't see
Another
Cal
really good game
winning.
is going to be the Oklahoma State A&M Texas
No,
A&M game.
no. Well,
That'll
it'll be a
really
good game.
I think both those
Yeah,
teams
for
are
sure.
gonna
I
be
definitely think
matched.
it'll be a good one.
I mean,
All right, so then that's it for college football this week.
Yeah, and they were all-
So
and some of them were
NFL wise,
relatively close.
tell me, Ethan, what happened with
I'm gonna
that?
take
The
Oklahoma
player
State,
got
though,
suspended
that
for the
one.
season.
I'm gonna take Oklahoma State
Vontae's
too.
perfect. Just
I-
there's no excuse.
Mike
for
Gundy
that.
must
You
be my
can't
favorite
just hit
coach
a
in college
player
football.
just that obviously head on.
I just
And
think
especially it being a
like
guy
what
who's
we've
done
seen in
it.
Oklahoma State.
Multiple
USC
times
Iowa
in his
game.
past, and that's
That's.
definitely why they
I think it'll be a great game
suspended
too.
for the
I
rest
think
of the
USC
year.
I mean,
but
NFL's
I'm gonna take USC
biggest
right now.
priority
Every
every
year
year is
they end the year
head
hot every
contact
year.
and stuff
They're
like
playing
that.
really good ball right
It's
now.
turning the game.
Iowa's- again,
I mean,
Iowa's
my opinion, I
offense
think
does
they're
not
going
work, so-
overboard, but this was
that
unacceptable.
that's
again,
bad.
not
That,
just
I
like the
mean,
I think all these
I
rules
take
about
USC.
the defensive ends
And then we
the,
got the
I mean,
Campbell
hitting the
Bowl,
quarterback
Notre
is
Dame
bad.
versus Iowa State.
But I mean, yeah, this was bad.
I would
This
take
was
it.
on
I mean, I
another
would-
level.
there's just no need for that.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't like
no
this
excuse
matchup.
too. That
I think we'd
I
all
agree
like
with
to
the
see Notre Dame
suspension.
play another top
No,
team.
I would. I
agree with
loved
You
to
can't do
see
something like
Michigan versus Notre Dame a rematch.
But on the other hand, did you hear about
yeah,
the NCAA allowing California or California is allowing
Notre
college
Dame,
players to
independent
make money off their
team
names
who
now,
never,
starting
like,
2023?
gets to
Yeah,
play.
I mean,
like,
and
they
I
play
agree
two
with it,
top
but
teams every year,
it's
and
gonna be an
couple
issue
teams
for a
are
little
right
bit.
around that
I mean,
25.
how
It's
the
something we always
NCAA
want to see
reacts
Notre
to
Dame
it.
play a top
Yeah,
team.
I'm not sure if I
Yeah,
personally
I understand
agree
that.
with
But,
it.
I'll take Notre
Honestly,
Dame to beat Iowa
I think
State.
I think Notre
I
Dame.
mean,
will
I
win.
just think
I would
like
really hope.
it's
I think
the
Notre
only
Dame
thing
will
it's
win
going to
at
be.
least
I feel
by
like
at
it's
least
just
two possessions.
Oh,
jerseys.
yeah, I would hope so.
I
Penn
think,
State versus
if you're
Memphis
one of
and
the
the
best players
Goodyear
on that
Cotton
team, and
Bowl.
you can sell
I think
that
that would be
jersey,
people think.
then
Yeah,
I don't think
Yeah,
Penn State's
I
that good.
guess.
I'm gonna
I don't
take
know.
Penn State,
I feel like a
but
lot of these people
I'm
though they
taking
don't
Memphis.
want
I
to
could see
stop
Memphis winning
at.
the game.
I'm gonna take them.
Just like
I don't
getting
think
like name
that 7.5
compensated. I think
spread
they
is
want
I think that's
their
a little
colleges
high.
to pay people.
I'm gonna take
Because at some
Memphis.
point,
that, see that I don't want.
yeah,
That-
because
Sleeper.
it'll ruin college football.
Come on,
Because you'll have
Memphis.
schools
All right, next we
like
got
Alabama,
the Fiesta Bowl.
Clemson,
Oh, that's
Notre
that's
Dame
the,
who have
Ohio State
money,
Clemson game.
and they
so
will
the
just
Fiesta
pay to
Bowl and
get the best
Peach Bowl are
players.
the two.
Exactly, and like
Which
this-
I think they're
Oh,
okay.
okay. Oh, interesting.
I mean,
yeah.
I think it needs to just stop with
Florida versus Virginia in the
jerseys
Orange Bowl. I hate
and,
that
you know,
matchup.
Maybe
Again,
maybe do you agree with
but
endorsement?
again,
Yeah, I think
was
endorsements. I
the
think if you're because I mean
runner-up
college players don't get
for-
endorsed that
How
much.
did
I think,
Florida
if you're
get
one of
into
the
a New
few
Year's
that are
Six
that
bowl?
good,
I mean,
How often, though? How often does a great
Who are
college
their
football
wins
player
against?
become a great NFL
I
player?
just know one of them's Auburn.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I mean,
an
it
Auburn
takes-
team that has.
it takes
Dude,
a while.
I
I mean,
was
we're seeing it
talking
with
to-
QBs.
But
right now.
they're also the. I mean, they're the
Guys like
closest.
Lamar
a lot of these
Jackson,
young QBs are taking over, but
If you look, I mean, they beat Auburn.
I don't know,
by
I mean,
two
I think if you're good
possessions,
enough,
and LSU beat them
then you
by.
need to get paid for that, but not like
Lost LSU by.
salaries and stuff
I don't
like
know.
that. I think
Auburn
that
was the one
they're-
team that came with them.
I
The
don't.
only
I really
SEC
see that
team that has
That'd
a
be sad.
non-conference win is LSU.
The MLB playoffs kick off
In the
tonight.
May
Yeah,
Georgia,
they
I
do.
guess. They
Wild
Georgia
card
beat
game.
Notre Dame.
I think
That's
it's
it.
Brewers and
Yeah, I
Nationals
mean-
tonight.
And they just beat each other. Who does
so-
Auburn?
Who do you
Auburn
think
lost
is going to win
other
that
SEC teams?
MLB
Yeah,
losses, and that's why they rank them high. They rank them high, and they stay ranked high the entire season because they just beat each other. That's why A&M was in the top 25 for 4 weeks after they lost all.
They're looking good.
I take Florida
solid teams.
I want Virginia to win. I hate the SEC. I think the Cubs didn't make it though. To be honest,
yeah, same with the Red Sox. But I think Florida would.
Both teams.
I would hope Florida's going to
Bryce Perkins is good. Bryce Perkins is
not
a
good
good
make it into the
football player.
playoffs.
Yeah. You see Joe Madden for the Cubs. He's retired.
They said it was kind of a neutral thing. Like they were going to fire him, and he was going to step down anyway. So I think
compared them as a 2-loss team to some.
I don't know though. I mean, I still think the Cubs are solid enough to come back next year and make a playoff run.
I hope so.
13.
I don't know. I mean, we'll catch
15.
we'll catch up more
Florida as much.
next week when we really see how these players are going to shape up.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's
all right.
right.
So that'll do it
Auburn.
for sports mostly. Ethan, what's going on
that.
with prep this week?
Hate Auburn.
We got a big game in Columbus, 7 o'clock.
I don't know why they started out the season so highly ranked. But again, like they've played 3
Ethan,
top games.
I've been hearing what defines
War
a team
Eagles.
is how they bounce back from a big loss.
I hate them so much.
Do you think if
the
Prep
next
can come out here and
game
show them that just because we lost
is
one
going to be the
game
Virginia
against
Tech
West Side,
versus
our biggest
Kentucky.
rival,
That'll be a pretty
that we're
good
gonna
game.
just
I think
roll
both
over
those
and
teams are
die?
terrible.
No, I mean, I definitely don't think.
I think Virginia Tech will win that game pretty easily.
I think Columbus isn't something that we can just
And some of these
expect
other
to win that
games
game.
are
They're
just
starting
irrelevant.
to fight hard, but
Oh yeah,
one's gonna
definitely
watch
think
the
a win
Florida
right here
State
would just boost
morale.
morale.
I like the Navy Kansas State game.
I think put us right.
That'll be a good game.
I think
I gotta
Kansas
say,
State
we gotta
won
keep
that
the
one.
K-State
K-State
as
was
well.
like
I think we can't just, after a loss, we can't just give up on our team. I gotta say, we have to keep on. Students gotta keep on coming to these games.
that triple that
Birdcage
triple
has
threat.
been great, and I think that's been a big
triple
help
option
to this team's
offense is really
success.
dangerous. Oh yeah.
So, I like to
And
see
again,
it keep
why
up.
is Utah playing Texas?
Yeah, I
I
don't.
don't number 11 versus an unranked 7-5
That's
team.
disrespectful.
Yeah, I mean, again, Utah plays in the Pac-12, has played one good team all year. Let's see it. We all want to see them play a good team because I think that they're good enough to compete with a top 15, 20 team. I don't see why they're not playing a top one of those top teams.
Then the Michigan-Alabama game in the Citrus Bowl.
I really like that game.
You do?
I really do. I think Michigan has gotten so much better since the start of the year, and Alabama hasn't looked nearly as good from the start of the year. It's going to be interesting.
Minnesota versus Auburn. It's a good matchup.
I think Auburn will win this game.
I think Minnesota's gonna win.
But I think Minnesota can compete with them. I mean, look, Auburn's favored by 8.
I don't know. Dude, Minnesota is good.
I mean, if you look at it, they won their first 8 games. They handled some Big Ten opponents. No one ranked, and then I think that momentum carried them to Penn State. I mean, they only lost to Iowa by 4, and they lost. The issue is that loss to Wisconsin. That 38-17.
But I think Wisconsin.
But yeah, you don't want to take anything away from Wisconsin.
But I think Minnesota's gonna win that game. I just hate I hate Auburn. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna. And then we got the Rose Bowl, Oregon versus Wisconsin. Great game.
Again, really good game. I'm gonna take Wisconsin,
I'm gonna take Wisconsin as well.
but I'm really excited for this one.
Yeah, Justin Herbert's last college football game.
Mm-hmm.
Be awesome to watch. Possibly one of the greatest running backs of all time.
Yeah.
Last football game too.
Yeah,
Jonathan Taylor.
one of the best college football running backs we've seen in a while. But again, this is one of the best seasons of running backs we've seen. I mean,
Yeah, that's true. J.K. Dobbins,
Chuba Hubbard,
Travis Etienne. He's still up there.
Yep, I think this has just been a phenomenal year of running backs. So it's gonna be.
And quarterbacks too.
I mean, we've seen some good quarterbacks: Burrow, Fields,
Tua, Trevor
Lawrence.
Lawrence.
But I mean, it's just we never get to see running backs that often anymore.
That's true.
It's kind of been all about the quarterbacks lately. So I like what we're seeing this season.
That's true. The Sugar Bowl, Georgia versus Baylor.
I'd take Georgia, but again, I don't think it's going to be as big of a blowout as people think it's going to be.
I'm gonna say Baylor.
I think Georgia's offense just struggles so much in big. I mean, look at the points that they put up against some of these teams. Auburn, they only put up 21. A&M, they only put up 19. I mean, look at they only beat Kentucky. I mean, Kentucky, they shut them out, but they only scored 21 points. I think that's an issue that comes to Georgia, especially with that high-powered of an offense that Baylor has.
All right, well, it's gonna be a great bowling season, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited to see all these matchups. And Ethan, what are your holiday plans?
I don't know.
Drink some eggnog?
Probably.
Watch some football?
Probably just a whole lot of football.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Well, guys, thank you for listening to our podcast in the first semester. We will be back next semester. And anything to say, Ethan?
Yeah, it's been fun every single week. And I think this is sad to see this college football season go by. We'll catch the rest of it over the winter break. We'll be back next semester.
Yeah, thank you.